How's it going, everybody? Today I'm going to show you how to install a MaxHop Pro into your Wolverine MTW. So as you can see, here is the upper receiver of my Wolverine MTW, and in there, as you can see, there is a Max Pro. So to install one into the MTW, it's quite simple. All you really need is just a Dremel, and that's it. And if you're wondering, oh no, I gotta Dremel out the upper receiver, you don't. All you're actually Dremeling is this little clip right here, and I'll get into explaining where you need to Dremel, what you need to take out, and how much you gotta take out. But as you guys can see, there's a MaxHop in my MTW with no real play. It fits in there fine. The BB catch works without a problem, and it's all lined up to where it shoots and feeds flawlessly. All right, so to begin with, what you have to modify to get this to work. You're gonna have to do a little bit of modification on the actual MaxHop, and you're gonna have to do modification on this clip right here that holds the engine in place. So if I take the clip out, as you can see, this is my clip right here. It kind of looks destroyed, but that's just the way I did it. You can do it and keep it a lot cleaner, and it should work perfectly fine for you, and it'll look fine, but it doesn't really matter. As long as you modify it to where it all fits together and it's the same size as this one, you should be fine. And then on the MaxHop, all you gotta do is just Dremel out the little nub on the front that holds the spring in. That's pretty much it. And it'll give you the room you need, and you should be fine. So with the clip, what you have to do is you're gonna have to cut out a little bit on the top to allow for the actual follower, or like the BB catch, to fall down and hold and be able to work. If you don't cut it out and you try to install it with, say, the flat face, when you put it in, you're either gonna have to try to hold it down and it'll be always open, or there's no way for this to close and you won't be able to get BBs in. So you do have to modify it for this to work. So when it comes to modifying the clip, what you're gonna have to modify is you're gonna have to Dremel out this part right here and this part right here. This is the part that sits into the MTW and is the actual clip that holds the engine in place. You're gonna have to thin it out and make it thinner for you to be able to move the engine further back so that the MaxHop has room to be able to sit in place with the mags. Because if you push it all the way forward and put the clip in and you take a mag, when you put it in place, it's going to be too far back to where it won't actually line up correctly. You need to move everything back, the hop up and the engine, so that when you put the mag in your mag well, it lines up perfectly fine. And the easiest way to do this is you put everything together without the clip. You drop it onto the upper, you put the upper back on the lower, you put your mag in, and you'll see where the engine aligns. And all you do is you put two little marks for where the outside of the clips are. And that's what I did on mine. As you can see, you might be able to see that there's two little scratches, and that lets me know exactly where I need to line the engine up for the mags to work, no problem. And then so knowing where your engine needs to line up is what dictates how thick you need or how much material you got to take off of this actual clip. So for me, it wasn't too much. It was like a quarter of what's there. So now there's 3/4 of the material left there. And so pretty much what I did is I held it in place with my thumb, and then I lined it up and saw, okay, I need to take a little bit more off, take a little bit more off, and I just kept taking off of the Dremel until it was correct. So when you line it up, you see the two little clips and where the part is that it clips in. And if you flip it over, you can see that it's not lined up anymore, right? The engine's pushed further back. So that's why you got to take part off. So now when I sit it into place, the engine's lined up here. The clip's in, the feed thing works, and the max hop is in place. And all you gotta do is just Dremel out enough to where this clip actually sits into place. And there you go. So one final thing you can do, as you guys can see, there is side to side play. And what you can do, down in the description, there will be the link to the file. You can get one of these 3D printed. It's a little spacer, drops into place, and it removes all that side to side play like that. And that's pretty much it. So as you can see, the MTW is reassembled again. Max hop in place, no problems. Engine put into place, moved back. And now when I put an empty mag in, it clicks in, no problem, and it sits there where it needs to sit. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and the information I gave you was helpful to you for installing your max hop into your Wolverine MTW.